So this channel message that I'm bringing in is for the last few days of July and into the first, I want to say right up until the week of the Lion's Gate. So the 8/8 is the Lion's Gate day. So what I'm getting is that there's a sense that there is full disclosure of everything that you need to see by the time August the 8th rolls around. I feel as if there's some like flags or some like red flags that you've been getting, some gut feelings that, not everything is as it has seemed, or not everything is as seems. It feels as if there may be some secrecy around you. And I just got the word soulless. And the sense that you feel as if some people just are soulless. They're not soulless. And it just feels like there's a whole world right now that feels as if like something stepped in and everyone has been stepped out their bodies, and these step-ins have stepped in, and you're seeing people act totally out of character for who they are, for who they've always been, or out of character for the way they used to live the way that they live their lives. And it's that fear of exposure. If we let ourselves be seen as our true vulnerable self, then we run the risk of being exposed for being just a human being, for just being real, for just being, for just having this like sensitivity, this sense of, I was afraid, I was scared when all of this was going on. I did have this sense that I was afraid. It's okay to sometimes feel okay. Our strength can also be our weakness. That sense of courage is a divine gift. Strength is something that is kind of instilled in us, but then also conditioned to be strong. It's like, oh, you're the man of the family, you need to be strong. Or I've been on my own all this time, so I can do everything by myself. I don't need nobody. And so that strength is actually a weakness. And we're seeing those strengths crumble right now. And I'm speaking smaller, but I'm thinking bigger. So we're seeing that false sense of strength kind of crumble down. So that's why people feel as if there's this sense of, what happened to them? Where did they go? Where did their hearts go? Why are we so cold and harsh towards each other? Why are we dropping our friends? And why are we just like, I don't have time for you. Like, we have no patience for each other. We have no tolerance to listen to each other. And just a sense that everybody's talking and nobody is freaking listening. And that is the energy. And it's like, so we got full disclosure of a lot of things that are kind of going to be like, it's like, I'm going to go to the biblical stories of when, you have these three men placed in the lion's den because other people did not want to believe what they're saying, judge them. They were judged based on the fearful, those who were in such a determination and courage and strength of thinking they were the courageous ones. And as the sense of coming out of the lion's den and being unscathed from that experience, being able to come out of that, is that after August the 8th, we are going to see a light that shines up on the energy and those who were basically not afraid to stay somewhat quieter, to watch what was going down, to listen to everything, to take into account all sides, all stories, to not be so caught in that spiral, to not be so quick to drop your friends, to be caught in that whole I hate drama, but in the midst of it, you're in every argument within every post up on your Facebook page or every post that you see out somewhere else. You're quick to be commenting. You're quick to have to get your voice out there. That energy is kind of being fused, and it's kind of like we're pulling the plug on that shit. It's like that is being taken back. And there's a sense of a shift in how magic and miracles happen. If you just wait, if you just hold on to faith, if you just have the courage to believe that a beautiful change will come without us having to destroy everything, what needs to be destroyed, what needed to be, was our old belief systems, old patterns, old habits, old ways of doing things. But that doesn't mean we destroy each other in the meantime. And it takes us to a place that when something, and I've been saying this for months, when something else big happens, do you want to be a contributing factor to that problem by continually being in the rage of continuing to kind of fuel the flames of fear and rage and argumentative energy? When we stay in the light of love and we truly know who we are, that we don't have a need to be defending ourselves, is that then all of the other secret sense or the secret world out there that has been leading us to believe this time thing, you got to get there now, you better do this right now, you better know who you are, you better know what you want, you better be listening to me, you better do things how I want you to do them. All of that energy, flatten. We are going to see a flattened, and it's like as we go through there and as we close the door on the past, it's like we recognize we have all of history for a reason. It's reference points. It's reference points to be sure of what we don't want to do again, what we don't want to see again. But it's also a sense of how in the midst of all of that, there were bright lights. There were beautiful experiences. There were these amazing uprisings of light and change and positivity. And there was always a voice that would come out of that. And as we step into this new energy, we're going to be seeing more and more of this come to life. As I've just decided in the midst of everything to shut down, that I didn't want to be doing so many lives, that when I open my Facebook in the morning and there's 8,000 videos of all trying to say the same thing for each side that they're on, or when I looked at, some people are doing 58, 10 live videos a day and giving themselves away, giving. What is coming back? When we have that false sense of what is coming back and we feel empty and depleted, then we're being lit up by like fluorescent lights instead of real, true, say, sunlight. It's like when we're allowing that false light that's shining on us through a computer screen and those things to be the things that we're using to convince ourselves that we're getting the validation that we need, there's something wrong. When the true validations, when you walk outside, when you go out and sit in that sunshine. As I walked yesterday, I thought of being a kid and how we all searched for the 4-leaf clovers. The 3 wasn't good enough. The power of 3 wasn't good enough. We wanted a 4th. We wanted to push and find that one more. And when one person would find the 3-leaf clover, everyone would be like excited for a split second until you remembered that you didn't have one. And when you remembered you didn't have one, desperation kicked in. And you start seeking and searching, and you had a little bit of resentment. We get a little bit angry, get a little bit worked up. Even though we're happy for the other person, we get a little bit of, oh, well, how come they got one? And we keep digging, and we get on our hands and knees, and we dig, and we dig, and we dig. If we were to stop, pause, and look around at the big field, and just think, if we just held on to as much faith in being able to believe in what we can't see, instead of having to have something concrete in front of us, the magic and miracles of that 4-leaf clover was that when we believed that everything, there was already still enough of all of those out there, I didn't need to hold that in my hand to hold on to having that I was going to get something good come to me because I was holding a 4-leaf clover. That when you believe and you look around and in that invisible world, you say, well, I don't need to pick from that and take that 4-leaf clover, so it's only going to die in my hand just to be able to say, everybody, look what I got, look what I was given. When you truly believe and you continue to let that 4-leaf clover stay alive, when you look out in the field and you just hold on to the belief and the miracle and the magics of believing, wow, there's a whole field of them there for me. There's a whole field of abundance, of magic, of wonderful things for me. Why do I have to spend so much time being angry that someone else may have it before me? Or that someone else may have one more before me? Or that someone else may get that luck? Or that someone else doesn't have faith in me? It's okay. And this is why my love and the reasons why I've never been in competition is because I believe the world is full. And we have a world full of these beautiful lights that is lighting up this world. And so for today, I'm going to go to my beautiful Colette Baron Reed 7 energy cards, as I am so proud of what she has accomplished as a fellow Canadian, as another woman out there who's truly stepping up to be of service in the best way that we can. No matter how much we have been judged, no matter how much we've been criticized, we do what we do because we love. And we believe that there's a whole field of those magic moments out there. And so the card that comes out for this channeled message to validate it is smoke and mirrors. And you know, what are we looking at? And when we're being kind of we have a whole world trying to convince us, trying to tell us that, you know, we better be afraid, we better be scared, we better be, you know, we better be masking up and hiding and not speaking our truth. And it's like, how much truth is behind everything that we're hearing when we live in a world full of imposter energy, when we live in a time when we feel as if there's more step-ins than there's actually truth. There's more step-ins of false light than there is real light. And when we start to return to the light, we're going to be able to see that there was still so much beauty to see. The smoke and mirrors of it all is to allow yourself to not be caught in the illusions, not to be caught in the energy. Don't let yourself be caught in the drama. Don't let yourself get caught up, and don't let yourself get kind of trapped into, you read someone trying to ignite a fire by starting one little thing of saying, oh, I'm so against all of this, but this is happening, but I'm so against that. And then boom, they know where it's going to go. They know you're going to, they know you're going to respond. They know somebody else is going to agree, disagree, and then boom, 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 boom. The story of the day begins. Your energy is shifted. Your energy is changed. Start out in your morning with prayer, meditation. See everything as being in this beautiful light. Yes, I am a real realist. Yes, I live in the real world. Yes, I'm aware. But that does not mean that I still cannot hold on to a strong sense of faith. And then it's this sacred reverence. And it's this, see the whole world being surrounded in love, and that the world can be shaped any way that you want it to shape. It's only what you believe it to be. And so when you believe it to be a beautiful experience, an opportunity, there's just another moment for us to grow, to evolve. It's like, this is the rose's kiss, and as it opens and we transform and we allow ourselves to be vulnerable to everything that's happening, but also know that we're also protected and guided and divinely loved. And when we're divinely loved, then that love flows through us, and it's flowing through us, then it gives us more space to know that it's only the human fear that is allowing us to be so judgmental, that it's allowing us to go to that energy. When we move and shift ourselves, my phone keeps ringing this morning. As we phone and shift ourselves back, and we look at the beautiful flower, and we think, we are protected. See the little thorns? I'm a thorn. Is it seeing this little thorns on this rose bush? It is there not to harm anybody, but to protect it. And there's this sense that sense of, you're not here to poke your fingers on that and to cause more trouble. It's here to look at the rose, look at the beautiful flower, go deep inside. And when we go deep inside, that's where the truth is. As I taught last night in my Healing the Healer course, is when we light, whatever we are lighting up, when we light up the negativity, when we light up the old stories, when we bring all of the attention to all of the old stories, if we go so far inward and we go into the black and white, and we go black and white, and we look at it in such a clear way of getting to the truth of, stop giving me the fillers. What is really going on? What is really happening? What are you really afraid of? What is your big concern? What is happening? What do you need? And when we get to that kind of energy, it's like, what is it you really want? What are you really afraid of? What is it that's really bothering you? Why do you feel a need to do this? And when we go to that within ourselves and we shift that energy into a power sense of I'm here to love you, I'm here to care for you, but listen, enough of this. This tantrum, this argument is getting us nowhere. What do you need? And when we go to that center within our own selves and we have that conversation, then we can gain clarity. Then we can get the yes, the no's, and we accept what they are of no, not right now. You can't have that. Remember being in the store and you wanted something, your mother says, no, not right now, but you didn't know her reasons. And then you find out 20 years later, it's because she had absolutely not a dime of money to give you. It wasn't that she didn't want you to have it, but you lived in the misery of that story forever. My mom didn't give me what I wanted. I was so deprived. I did without. And then years later, you find out the truth. That's the disclosure. That's what's going to start happening. We're going to see some truth unfold for some lies that have been hidden, that everybody trying to stay within that comfort, trying to keep that secret, and everything is going to come out. Everything is going to open up, and you're going to live in your light. And those moments become our most defining moments on how we move forward in history, how we're going to move forward in creating in a destiny. And how we're going to use the past history of what has been happening is now history. Everything that happened a week ago, everything happened yesterday, history. Everything happened this morning, history. What is alive right now is this real moment right here. What is possible? Where do I go from here? How can I be a change within myself from this moment on? Time for us to blossom. Time for us to go forward. When we start to shift and move, and when this happens, those lower moments, that becomes our defining moment to be a change. What do we choose? Do we choose to continue to live like numbing ourselves and being in that old energy, or do we choose to live in the light? Do we choose to live in a belief in the God consciousness that there is something more for us? When we choose to keep looking at that beautiful sun and think, I don't know what it's going to look like. All I know is that it feels good, that it feels right, and that I feel right. And that's the direction that we're going to be taking after we get through this gate. Much love. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you all very soon. Bye-bye.